Sure.
Okay, we're just about to start. 1 minute to go. Okay, a very good morning, each one of you, and welcome everyone who is here today on this Saturday morning. I'm getting a echo of my voice. Is my voice clear to everybody? It's just me who's getting the echo.
There's an echo. There's an echo.
Yeah, there is
Okay.
echo.
Probably there's some mic which is on. That is the reason there's an echo.
Okay, so we will just mute everybody right now and then we will. Okay. So, good morning once again, everybody, and a very warm welcome to yet another episode of Speaker Series at Power Up Business. Today is going to be extremely special, and I always say that because our speakers are, very, very chosen ones, and those that bring a lot of value to each one of us who is going to be here today on this Saturday morning. Today we have yet another brilliant, brilliant, brilliant speaker, so much sought after, and who has already, been so much present on the media. He has shared so many of his valuable assets with us already. But he's here today, and we have, collated a few questions which people had regarding entrepreneurship and regarding certain things which are sometimes a hindrance in our growth. And today we are going to uncover all of those with Simarjeet Singh. Let me introduce Simarjeet to you. A hospitality industry professional who left high flying career to follow his heart's calling. Simarjeet Singh today is well known across the globe as a mindset coach and a growth catalyst with humanitarian mindset. Since 2007, he has been motivating millions of youth, professionals, and masses through his workshops, keynotes, videos, and podcasts. With over 1.2 million subscribers on YouTube and 40 million plus views on his inspirational videos, Simarjeet has touched many, many, many lives across the globe, inspiring them to take action on things that truly matter in their lives. He has over 13 years of international experience in the motivational speaking space, having served more than 300 organizations worldwide and 80 different nationalities. He specializes in diverse life experiences and diverse audiences, from student groups to large multinational corporations, while stressing the importance of leading a purpose driven life. In 2019, Simarjeet was recognized with the prestigious Global Excellence Award in Motivational Speaking. And as far as I remember, Madhuri Dixit had conferred that upon him. Yes. An unconventional speaker, he helps leaders and organizations challenge their beliefs and thrive in a constantly changing environment while encouraging others to make bold course corrections in both their personal and professional lives. His presentations cover his personal journey as well as touching on topics such as innovation, leadership, and self growth. He is currently serving clients virtually, operating from an end-to-end setup of a dedicated, fully equipped studio with high-end acoustics and professional lighting to ensure state-of-art virtual keynote delivery. Team Simarjeet has also added new programs to his content, offering that tackle new organization scenarios arising out of work from home setups. Lesser social interactions, isolation, virtual teams, long distance meetings, and virtual governance, and so much more. I can go on and complete half the session with just his introduction, but I will not take more of your time. We will move on to Simarjeet. And before you introduce yourself, Simarjeet, Okay, let's first hear you tell us something about yourself, and then I will pose you the question.
No, you've already given a wonderful introduction. Thank you, Jaya. I think it's covering every aspect of what I would like the audience to know. I would like to welcome everybody who's taken out the time to be here this Saturday morning. I thank you and your community organizers for bringing this together. This is the power of connection. This is the power of reaching out. This is the power of people trying to help each other, which is a testimony of how you can power up and lift each other up by just extending a hand and sharing your knowledge. As we enter our office, we have this huge poster on the wall which says, share your magic. And I think that's what all of you are doing here, sharing your magic, and each one of us in our own way. And that's what I would like to do too, share what I know, share what's worked for me, share what hasn't worked for me. And that's the whole idea of this interaction. Jaya, we met you when we organized a meetup. We just called it Simarjeet Singh meetups, meet me over a cup of coffee. And that was at the Marriott, no, it was the Hyatt in Mumbai. And that's when you came over. And in fact, that's when the award ceremony was, which was last year. And the world has changed radically since then, right? There's no large conferences happening, no planes are flying. I used to very proudly display a platinum tag of Jet Airways on my hand carry bag, and I was very proud of one of the top flyers with that airline. The airline doesn't exist. And Jet Airways is out of business. The world has changed. So yeah, a lot has happened since then, but it's a pleasure to be here today with your audience.
Absolutely. There was that one moment which made me feel, okay, let me go and meet him. Let me see what it is all about. And when I came there, your wife, your two pretty daughters, it felt so much like a connect to see your family, being there together and people coming and meeting you and all. It was an aura by itself. So as much as I have seen your success, as much as I have seen, personally and on your videos, that you have been into this journey and successfully so achieved so many things. But I do wish, and our audience would like to know, what have been your core challenges or crises as an entrepreneur? And how were you able to overcome them? What were those strategies that helped you out while, moving to this journey of success?
So I think it's unfair when you say what were the challenges, or because, well, of course there have been, but then the nature of entrepreneurship is such, the nature of human life is such that challenges are constantly happening. And we would be bored, we would be not performing at our peak level if we didn't have those challenges. So challenges, we got to fight with the challenges every single day, right? And that's the nature of what we are doing. I also like to share with the audience a couple of things. You mentioned business guru in my description. That is not accurate. I don't claim to be a business guru. Yeah, I did, in fact. And the second thing is that when you talk about me being an entrepreneur, and I was hearing some of the people talking about their ventures, and you have a wide variety of people here today, I would also like to clarify, when I use the term entrepreneur for myself, it's more on the lines of a solopreneur. It's more on the lines of a solopreneur being supported by a small team. And that's the nature of the work that I do. Okay, so that will help you put everything into perspective. I don't want people to have an image which is not accurate, and thereby then, I don't want to mislead. That's really important. Okay, let's talk about the challenges. Would you like me to speak about the ones that we are facing currently, we overcame currently, or did you want to talk about anything in the past 13 years of my journey as a solopreneur, as a motivational speaker? What do you think will add more value?
I think the recent one for sure, but also something that has been really, really tough for you, and then, you could overcome it so others learn from that kind of challenge.
Sure. Let's talk about the recent ones. The recent ones is that the very nature of what we do has been flipped, has been, challenged. I used to speak a lot on this topic called the VUCA world. And there you go, as a stroke of the universe has a sense of irony, right? And the sense of irony is, okay, you talk a lot about the VUCA world, volatile, uncertain, complex, ambiguous, changing world, always changing. Let's give you a massive change to deal with. So I think it was February 26th, 23rd that I had the last big speaking engagement, which was 3,000 people, nothing less, right? So universe gives a big sense of irony, right? So bang, big event, 3,000 people at the Ramoji Film City in Hyderabad, LIC Housing Finance. Harbhajan Singh was doing the award ceremony before me. We had other people performing, and then I was to speak for 1 hour, and on a motivational topic and all that. And after that, I attended one topic in Delhi, and that was it. And it's now November, and it's approximately 8 months that the very nature, the very core of our, not only our revenue generation, how we identified ourselves or how I identify myself. So just to share with the audience, YouTube is not a full-time thing for me. It happened. I'm very grateful, and it's wonderful, right? But it never was the 100% focus of what we do. And it was, when we started YouTube, the idea was, let's share information, let's share the video recordings of live events, let's share poetry or something that inspires me or things like that. That was the intention. But the core of what we did always was keynote speaking, and that's what I do. I speak to large groups of people, large or small, but preferably large. I speak about 45, 60 minutes, maximum 90 minutes. I speak on the topics that are very close to my heart: leadership, innovation, self-growth, culture building, and the intersection of those. I consider myself as a problem solver. I listen to the leaders first, see where they're trying to go, what they're trying to build, and how we can move the teams forward in that direction, how we can mentally nudge them, help them develop the right sort of mindset to do that. So after conferences stopped, and that was like a huge sort of question mark on what are we going to do in terms of adapting to this new change. So that was one of the recent big challenges that we faced, which was threatening our very existence, the very survival of the business model. At the end of the day, if we do run a business, we have to keep them in mind. There's a lot of humanitarian mindset to this, a lot of philanthropic mindset to this. But I believe if organizations cannot sustain themselves financially, are not self-sustainable, you can't go very far. So in adapting to the new normal, that was the big challenge. How do we bring a good, engaging, inspiring experience virtually? How do we still help business leaders for large and medium organizations to inspire their teams, to engage their teams, to come up with new ideas, to bring them together in this testing times, to bring the human connection back once again, because that's something that we all crave for. See, Tony Robbins has a wonderful TED Talk out there on YouTube. I suggest everybody should watch it. It's called The 6 Human Needs. The 6 human needs, why we do what we do. And he talks about the 6 human needs is certainty. Number one basic human need, psychological need, is certainty. We want to be certain. Jaya, you organized the Zoom meeting today, and wouldn't you be very nervous if I told you, look, Jaya, I will decide at 11 if I want to be there or not, right? And if you see me, that's great. If you don't see me, just carry on, right? You're going to be really nervous, and you wouldn't like that. Basic human psychological need is certainty. And for so many people out there, our certainty was snatched away from us during this COVID-19 times. Things were not sure, we were still not sure. But there's talk about a second wave coming in, business models have changed radically, revenues have slowed down. There's so much happening that we are not certain about. So we have to understand what is the position we are in. Our certainty has been taken away from us. Number two, psychological need is variety. Adventure, that's been taken away. Dining out has been taken away. Holidays have been taken away. So there's more psychological pressure being confined. I haven't spent so much time in my office in the last 13 years that I've spent in the last 8 months combined together. I used to earlier think about my daughters complaining about, dad doesn't get so much time to spend at home. And now the reverse is happening. And the reverse is this, like, okay, when are the schools going to open? When are you going to travel? And so certainty, uncertainty, and the 6 other needs, they're like growth and love and significance and contribution. But the idea is our psychological needs were shaken up. So adapting to this new normal, which was a steep learning curve. So starting everything from scratch, which was fun. And incidentally, October is the time 2007 that I left my hospitality career to do what I'm doing now. So around the time in October, when the season takes a rapid turn, a drastic turn in Punjab, and when the summer is over, the rainy season over, and it begins to get chilly. Right now, it's starting to get chilly here in Punjab, and I have an association with this time. Diwali is around the corner. This is a time when I first left my comfort zone. I left the UK. I left everything, and I came back and started as a beginner in 2007. And in 2020, 13 years later, this thing had to repeat itself. So I consider it as a blessing, Jaya, to be a beginner once again. So we say, okay, this is a new ball game. Earlier, we used to ask our event organizers, hey, do you have the Sennheiser mic, or are you going to use the Shure mic or this mic? Or, we would ask for all these things, and they would, because the onus was on the organizer to have everything together. How's the lighting? How's the acoustics of the room? How's the seating, et cetera, et cetera? We were very picky about it. And now the onus is on us. Now the clients are asking us, how's the lighting? Do you have a dedicated internet connection? Or, what are the acoustics, et cetera, et cetera? So it was a complete change, and we had to start all over again. We had to rethink. We had to detach from what we knew. And this is very important in changing times. I think number one lesson was we had to put away our ego, put away of our previous accomplishments, and detach from what we knew, detach from our previous successes, and say, okay, here's something brand new, and can we start all over again? That was the key learning. It's really important. If we would have brought in our previous knowledge, saying this is how traditional model worked, and this is how we would like this one to work, it doesn't work that way. Right? So it's really important that sometimes your own experience, your own past success can get in the way. But then there is a new challenge. You must set that aside and start with the beginner's mind. The Zen philosophy talks about a beginner's mind. To approach anything new with a completely blank slate, put aside everything that you know and start as a child once again. And that's been the biggest learning. And that's how we overcame this challenge. Thankfully, today, we've been able to gradually, step by step, improve the game of our virtual experience. And I think as a blessing now, Jaya, what has happened is that I don't need to fly to New York to present to a client in New York. I don't need to fly to Kuwait in order to do that. I don't need to fly to be in Philippines to present on a conference there. So that's the blessing in disguise. So it was a tough time. It still is. But I think there's been a huge amount of learning that has happened personally.
So you spoke about leaders, you're discussing a vision of the leaders for certain kind of, understanding with them and their mindset and everything. My next question was going to be, what is the kind of mindset that one needs to be accomplishing, removing one hurdle and moving to the other. But you already mentioned that. I think the first thing is unlearning and then accepting and completely embracing the new. So is there anything that you might like to add on this, the kind of mindset one needs to have when you're dealing with any kind of hurdle or when you're entering a new normal nowadays, they call it. So what is the mindset that actually helps you win the game?
I think a couple of things I mentioned already. Number one is set aside anything that you already know. The previous model is dead. It's gone. Don't bring that in. Who you are, how successful you were in the previous model. Don't bring that in and start afresh. That's number one. Number two is going to be attention to detail. Attention to detail, really, really important. Who are your new customers? What are their new challenges? What new technologies do you have available? How well are you doing, in terms of performing in that area? How can you improve? This gradual step-by-step improvement, that's really the key. So attention to detail is going to be the key. So leaders can no longer afford to be secluded in offices or away from the grassroots level, or that's a risk you can no longer afford to because change is happening very fast. You need to have your ears to the ground at all times to find out what are the subtle changes that are happening in the landscape. How is it evolving? What new opportunities might be coming? What do I need to stop doing? What do I need to get rid of? How does my team need to evolve and change? What new technology should we be learning? So there was so much learning that we had to, so many software, streaming services, et cetera, things that we were new to. So I was just joking with somebody. I said, even if this motivational speaking doesn't work in the long run, there's one thing I can make my living for sure is I can be a good audiovisual technician today, right? Ask me anything about setting up a home studio or something like that. And we've gone to the micro detail of that, and I think that's what I would like to tell everybody. Shreyas is saying, please explain in Hindi also. I'll use a couple of sentences of Hindi to explain to that audience too. Bina दाम चुकाए कुछ नहीं मिलने वाला, मुफ्त में नहीं मिलने वाला, right? अच्छी कमीज चाहते हो तो दाम चुकाना पड़ेगा, अच्छी तमीज चाहते हो तो दाम चुकाना पड़ेगा, कुछ भी अच्छा चाहते हो दाम चुका. You got to pay the price. That's really, really important. It's not going to just, don't feel entitled to anything. Oh, I am so and these are and this is who I am, and therefore this is how things should work for me. No. Change doesn't care about who you are or who you were. Change gives a damn about your social standing or the number of followers you have. Change management experts always talk about the freeze, the unfreeze, the refreeze, so first of, I think the unfreeze happens the first, and then the change happens, and then the refreeze happens. COVID-19 and 2020 has been the biggest unfreeze ever. So unfreeze means our existing world has been melted. Our existing models are melted. They're gone, they disappeared. And now a change is happening. Hybrid models are going to stay. And this is going to set in. Some of the things that we are doing right now, don't think them they're temporary. For example, the Zoom learning and the Zoom networking, some of these things are going to stay with us because organizations and people are discovering the value that's in them. Right? So a lot of companies are going to keep, if not 100%, are going to keep 30% of virtual learning because, hey, we can have experts from across the world without paying for their business airfare, without paying for their hotel stays, and they come in affordable. They can come in at our time, and our teams can listen to them at their own timing. This is a model that they're going to love. So a lot of the things that you've been forced to do right now, please don't be resentful about it. Don't have resentment. Oh, why have I been pushed to do this? Because a lot of the progress that you will make at this point of time is going to stay with you. So we've been pushed into a swimming pool. I often share this story. A lot of people must have heard about it. Pushed into the pool. The old story goes, do we have time for a story, Jaya?
Yeah, why not? We have all the time for you.
Old story goes, rich man in ancient India announced the wedding of his young, beautiful daughter. And he wanted to find the right groom, someone who was strong and wise and would be the right sort of husband. So he did what every father would do. This man was a landlord, a very rich person. He announced a swayambar. A swayambar, so for those of my friends who don't understand, are not familiar, was a competition. The strongest, wisest person would win, would marry the girl, and that's how daughters of royalty used to get married in medieval times. So he announced a competition. He said, the young man who will win this competition will not only get to marry my daughter, but also 50% of all my money, I will give it to him on the spot. It was a wonderful offer. As expected, thousands of young men turned up to compete. But please remember, there's nothing that is free in this world. There's a catch to everything, right? So as they gathered around a huge pool, this old man announced, the first young man to jump in from this side of the pool and emerge on the other side alive is going to be the winner, is going to be my son-in-law, right? But there was a catch. The pool was full of alligators. As soon as he announced this, he heard a splash in the water. One young man has already jumped into the pool. He's making his way through the pool, fighting the alligators unhurt. And the crowd is cheering for him. He say, yeah, you can do it. You can do it. Everybody's cheering for him. And he emerges from the other side alive without a scratch. So the old man runs up to him, is very excited to welcome to the family. Son-in-law, welcome to the family. He said, no, sir, hold it right there. There's been a huge mistake. I don't actually like your daughter. I'm a wealthy man myself. I don't even want your money. At this point of time, I want to find out who the hell pushed me into the swimming pool. At this point of time, I only want to find out who pushed me into this pool. इस समय मुझे सिर्फ ये पता करना है मुझे pool में धक्का किसने लगाया था. And that's a metaphor I want you to. We've all been pushed. Teachers have been pushed. Students have been pushed. People who had never used technology in their lives have been pushed to adapt to the new normal. And what happens? The old saying goes, once the mind of a man or a woman is stretched by a new idea, what happens? It never goes back. Once your mind is stretched by a new idea, it never goes back. For those of you who've learned how to use virtual technology, you're not going to forget it. It's in your muscle memory now. Just like you never ever forget cycling. You pick up a cycle 20 years from now, you know how to ride it. So all progress that we've been forced to do is going to stay with us. So when you say the mindset, I think this is really important. An open, welcoming, positive mindset. Leaders who are asking the right questions. And the right question the leader should be asking is, what am I going to do today? Not when is COVID going to go away? We don't know. Nobody knows. When is the vaccine going to? Nobody knows. When will things return back to normal? We don't know. What will I execute today? What will I bring into fruition, bring to life today? That's the right question. So leaders with that mindset will thrive during this time.
Oh, I think that's brilliant, just wiping out the old and bringing in the new as much as we can, being open and embracing all the change. And I loved your analogy of the swimming pool. We are actually pushed into that swimming pool, and hence, the Zoom and everything, yes, it's going to stay with us and we're going to take full advantage of it. So, we've spoken about challenges, we've spoken about what kind of mindset we need to overcome certain things and all. I want to digress from the topic. I want to know what has been that one good thing, really, really good thing that happened during this crisis time, which is like one is like you said, yeah, technology hame seekhni padi and it's going to stay with us. Yes, for sure. But tell me one more thing that was really good that happened, and we were like, okay, great. Koi baat nahi, hua to hua.
Did-
As an entrepreneur.
During this time, during the last 8 months, yeah, so there's wonderful things happened. There's wonderful things happened. We were able to execute things that had been on hold for so many years just because I was traveling. When you travel, you get disconnected from what you're doing, right? So the projects would stay there. So we were able to push out so much because I wasn't traveling. We were here. We had a nice team to work with. We were able to put in so many systems in the organization. Earlier we were like a small, everything randomly. Jo mind mein aaya, wo pehle kar liya. We do what comes to the mind first. Now we've been able to put in so many systems that when things get back to normal, we'll be ready to go once again. We've been able to make the very best of being secluded or these lockdowns, right? We've been able to interview wonderful people. Many of those series are coming out. I had the privilege of interviewing the world's leading therapist, Marissa Peer, and her interview will be with us shortly. We'll be interviewing many other leading experts from across the world, including Dr. Shefali, who's a parenting coach in the United States. Some of the top thought leaders in the world, we've been able to reach out, talk to them, learn from them, interview them. But I think more importantly, we've realized the power of virtual, which we were unfamiliar with. Earlier, the old model, the only way, so if I had an invitation from some part of the world, I had an invitation to speak in Albania once, and it was in the winters. It was a youth conference, and they were very keen on having me. United Nations sponsored event, but I had to speak only for 15 minutes. The shortest flights that I could find to Albania via Italy would take me 36 hours to get there. To speak for 15 minutes in the peak of winter, and Albania is very cold in winter. I declined it. It was a beautiful country. I would have loved to go, but I declined it. Why? Because I didn't want to spend 36 plus 36, 72 hours to get there and to get back. And it was like, oh, it's going to be too much work during the holiday season, during around November, December. So we realize now that having gone through this tough time, we're now in a position where we can offer world-class, engaging, interacting. We can ask people to engage in activities and do so much more. Thanks to this change that was forced upon us. So we will no longer have to say no to great events which are in far-fetched places of the world just because we can't physically be there. So I think these have been some of the biggest takeaways of this time.
That's so valuable, yeah, that we have understood the value of such minute things, and hence maybe we are now so embracing the detailing also. Having said that, Simarjeet, during this time and even now, I keep getting certain kind of messages from entrepreneurs who are at the brim of quitting, and not very happily so, but they just don't understand what is the future now and how things are going to look like, and they are just there to quit. Is there something that you could tell them that could help them just hold themselves and understand and peacefully think of what could be the next best thing for them?
Okay, Jay, I'm just gonna
I will just give the audience a little exercise while I just work on the mic. I've had some feedback regarding the mic. Is it okay? Is my sound okay?
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, it's super okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely?
Yes,
Yeah?
sir.
Okay, great. Because we had some. Okay, great. So, but anyway, before we go further, just a quick exercise for the audience. What is the number one thing that you've taken away so far from the conversation? I just want to know how many people are still online. There's about 45, which is great. And I just want to know, so if a quick sentence in the chat box, what's your number one takeaway from what you might have heard from me so far? That'll be very interesting. And then we'll talk about quitting. Does that work, Jaya? Should we do that?
It works. Let me also put in my best takeaway.
Great. Let's get started, my friends. The number one thing that you've learned from my conversation: start as a beginner. Today is important. Thinking about the past is not important. Thank you. Detailing cannot be missed, and that's really important. Patience from Mukul Garg. Great. Learning adaptability from Swapna. The world is shrunk into a neighborhood. Absolutely. What I can get to fruition today. Mittal Dedia. Muhammad Temur. Mindset for every task. Unlearn, relearn, be flexible. Hope virtual learning is here to stay. If not 100%, part of it is going to stay. Previous model is dead. Beginner's mindset is the key. Believe, never give up, and find ways in any situation to grow, which is fantastic. Step-by-step approach. Roshan, never lose hope. I love this. Round of applause for you guys. Fantastic. Yay. Very good. Very good. Those works which were incomplete because of intensive traveling gets completed. Absolutely. We've been able to do that. I hope you've been also able to do that. Joydeep Chakravarti, 4 points. Set aside previous model, attention detail, new customers, unfreeze, open mindset. Fantastic. We've just been pushed. Put your systems into place. Love this. Thank you. Let's proceed with the next question, Jaya. Thank you, everybody, for your participation.
Okay, so they have participated, and now I'm going to again come back to that one advice you would give to that person who is at the brim of quitting and not in a very happy mindset.
Okay, just 1 second.
I cannot hear
Can't hear you.
Sorry. The one thing that you would want me to say to people who might be on the verge of quitting, it would be this.
I'm very disappointed. Huh?
Yeah. It would be this. You never know when the breakthrough is going to happen for you. That's the thing, right? You never know. I do a lot of gardening in the office. I suggest you do too, because gardening has profound lessons. You never know when the seed below in the ground is ready for germination. It might emerge. You might not be able to see it, but don't give up. Don't stop watering it just because you haven't seen the results. You never know. So this is the thing. They say, I think the old saying goes, you never know which blow of the hammer is going to cut open the rock. That's a key to understanding. So, but at the same time, I would also want you to develop the sixth sense, or develop the experience to know if the plant has died, if the seed is dead, and to no longer water it, but to also plant new seeds. So 2 or 3 things here. One is the universe works on its own timetable, right? Success does not work on your timetable. People who are disappointed is because they've set a deadline. I need to be, and this is where motivational speakers go wrong. This is where coaches go wrong. Write down in the present sense, I will be a millionaire on 31st December 2021. Hello, it doesn't work at your timetable. You will be a millionaire, right, at some point of time, but you can't really, if you pin down a time, I gotta be a millionaire by this deadline, you are creating a huge amount of stress, immense stress for yourself, right? You focus on your part. As it is written in the Bhagavad Gita as well, focus on being a karma yogi, which means focus on what you can do today. Plant more seeds. The tricky part about being an entrepreneur here is, Jaya, we have to learn, and everybody else who's online, we have to learn between harvesting and planting. And you have to switch between these 2 models. If you're harvesting all the time, you don't get time to plant new seeds. And as business leaders, you need that time. You need to step away from operations every now and then. Take that extra time off. Shut yourself in a room. Go take a coffee, a walk in nature, or whatever you want, so that you can detach from the current challenges and think ahead. Vision is the key for this. If a leader is caught up in daily firefighting and they lose their vision, guess what? Nobody will have something to look forward to. Everybody's going to lose in that process. Okay? So If you're disappointed right now, understand maybe you're too deep into operations, too deep into micro details. Understand some things are going to take their time. So if that direction is set, if you've done it right, step back, start something new, right? I'm not getting the results on LinkedIn. I'm not getting queries on LinkedIn. Fine. Is there some other social media channel? Should you be starting a Telegram group, for example? Should you be experimenting with podcasting, for example? Oh, I have a YouTube channel. I've been working very hard. No views, no views, no views. Nothing is happening on my YouTube channel. Should I be doing live Zoom webinars like this now? Should I be reaching out to local schools and colleges and say, hey, I'm offering a complimentary 30-minute talk for your students or your teachers? Should I be serving right now? Or should I be expecting right now? Change gears. This is really be dynamic. The fact that you feel hopeless is because you've become rigid. You say, this is my direction. This is how it should happen. ऐसे ही होना चाहिए था. मेरा plan यही था. मेरा सपना यही था. अब नहीं हुआ तो मैं निराश हूं. It doesn't work like that, right? वो हो जाएगा. It will happen at its own timetable. But if you feel no breakthroughs are happening, could you be spending your energy somewhere else? And that's key. For entrepreneurs, take this example. Like a magnifying glass, the big question is, what are you focusing on? Whatever you focus on is going to expand. You begin to focus on what's going wrong with the world, and that will become so huge that it will immobilize you. You won't be able to do anything, right? But take this magnifying glass, start focusing on opportunities. Can I hire a freelancer somewhere to improve the text on my website? My brochures suck. They don't look very good. Can I hire a designer somewhere to do better brochures? What can we do today? Take this as a hibernation, my friends. If you're not able to do what you were doing earlier, take it as a polar bear going into hibernation. What do? It's a winter. They go into hibernation. They conserve energy. They, survive through it. And then the summer comes. And summer eventually spring is going to come, summer is going to come, and then there's salmon everywhere. And the polar bears, the grizzly bears, they love catching the salmon, and they enjoy and they have a good time. And that's life. That's life. That's how it goes. There are different seasons, right? And salmons also, some grizzly bears, they become so lazy, they'll just sit in one place and they open their mouth and the salmon just goes in. That's how easy it becomes in the summer because there's plenty of salmon, right? But in winters is the time when you need to go into hibernation. You need to conserve energy. So this is my message to all the entrepreneurs right now. Watch your cash flow, reduce your expenses, see where you can save, see where you can invest, and do not be afraid of investing right now. That's really the key. Right? Just because everybody's panicked doesn't mean that you should not be investing in the right direction. Invest on what needs your attention right now. So I would not say reduce all your capital expenditures. There is technology that helps you to reach out to customers better. Invest in it. Right? You can buy a DSLR camera and do things with it, and it's costing you some amount of money or something. Invest in it. You wanted to redo your office space, and now is the time. It's a lean operational time. Do that. Have the courage to understand that this time is going to change. So when the right time comes, you're ready.
Plant some seeds. Have your focus right in place, and I think try 1,000% before quitting. Yaar, na easily give up mat kar do. Because you never know, like Simarjeet said, when the breakthrough will happen. Maybe you're just very near to it and right now you're thinking. So don't get just demotivated by certain things which are not working, because there might be so many which we haven't tried which will work. Wow, Simarjeet, this was like brilliant. Thank you so much. There is one last question that I will want to ask you. What is that one thing that can be changed internally? The mindset that can be changed internally, which reflects outside, and then everything falls into perspective.
Gratitude. Shukar guzar. Yeah. Gratitude. Shukar guzari. Shukar guzar hona, abhari hona, to be thankful. That's the one thing that has changed my life. That is the one thing that gives me stability. That is the one thing that gives me the courage. That is the one thing that gives me the faith. That is the one thing that can change everything for you. Look back into your life. For those of you who are very frustrated with things at the moment, look back into your life. How many major challenges were you in? Did you all have major challenges in your life? Type in yes in the comment box if you've been through some major challenges in your life. Type in yes, or give me a thumbs up if you've been through some major situations in your life. Yeah, we've all been through that, right? Karishma, Sulang, everybody, right? We've all survived major challenges. So shouldn't I be thankful to God? Shouldn't I be thankful to my creator, to the universe, for having helped me? But problem is we have short memory. We have a short memory when it comes to all this. वो तो हो गया ना, अब का challenge, अब God should help me again. अल्लाह ने, भगवान ने अब मेरे को मदद करना चाहिए. ये वो तो हो गया, that is old, right? We take it for granted. अगर वो नहीं होता तो कौन से कोर्ट में केस करते आप? If that wouldn't have worked for you, there is no court in the world who would have helped you, right? So let's count our blessings, because your perspective shifts. Let's see what we still have available. माना कि काफी कुछ खो दिया होगा हमने. ये माना कि काफी कुछ खो दिया होगा हमने, पर ये भी स्वीकार करें कि काफी कुछ ऑलरेडी है हमारे पास. जो है, क्या उसका यूज कर रहे हैं कि नहीं? Are we using what we have right now? When you lose hope, you know what you do? You overlook everything that you already have. Look around you. You've got webcams and you've got internet. आज हवा और पानी से ज्यादा Wi-Fi important है. You've got Wi-Fi. That's why you've logged in into this session, right? You have so much. What else can you ask for? We all took, our bathrooms have running water. All of you probably had breakfast this morning. We're all wearing nice, decent set of clothes to keep us warm. And what more can you ask for? It's a good starting point. Yes, no. So let's take a deep breath in together. Let's take a deep breath in together. And with me, just close your eyes for a couple of seconds. Just close your eyes for a couple of seconds. And think about all the blessings that you have in your life. Everything that is working in your favor. Think of your family. Think of the food that you eat. The resources, the people. Take a deep breath in. Increase the feeling of happiness and gratitude inside you, so that you're overflowing with it. Yeah, I see a nice big smile coming on everybody's face now. That's right, that's right. There we are. Double the feeling of happiness and gratitude. And appreciate yourself. Pat yourself on the back and say, well done. Pat yourself on the back. Yeah, look at yourself. You can all see yourself in the cameras. Look at yourself in the eye and say, I'm proud of you. You've been through a lot. And you're still here. I am proud of you. I love you, in fact. You're my favorite person. And you are enough. Take another deep breath in. And say out loud, I am enough. I am enough. And I love myself. I accept myself. All right. Do this every day. And this one thing will really shift your perspective. Count your blessings. There's so much that we already have. Of course, there's so much that we want to achieve, but let's also start by being thankful for what we already have.
Thank you so much for this. And yes, gratitude is extremely important. And understanding that what we have, we forget it sometimes.
We do.
Must understand that. Thank you for bringing that to us in these few moments. So thank you, Simarjeet. It was amazing, amazing session. Amazing being with you. I know we have shut up the time that we had decided, and
That's okay.
Thank you for still,
No
handing-
problem.
handing
Did
us up.
you want to take one quick question from the audience?
Yeah,
We haven't
we-
taken any
There
live
are
questions.
Yes, there are two, 3 questions, and I think more will be pouring in. But at least I think we will take 2 to 3 questions.
Let's pick one. Yeah. Let's pick one first, and
So
then we see how.
Roshan had sent me one earlier. He says, how difficult or easy it is to be a motivational speaker.
Well, if you're trying to be someone else, then it's very difficult. If you be yourself, it's very easy. That's all I'd say.
Simple as that.
As simple as that.
Great.
If you're becoming a motivational speaker for yourself, it's going to be very difficult. If you go with the service mindset of how can I help you, it'll be very easy.
Roshan, I hope that answers you. And there is one question flashing right there. Mukul Garg is asking, good morning, everyone. So my question is, sometimes we get out of track and we get back on track after some time. So how to minimize that time so that we shouldn't be consistent, so that we should be consistent?
You can't be a robot, Mukul. And don't try being a robot. You're a human being. And human beings, we go through ups and downs, valleys and peaks, smiles and tears. And that's the experience of being human. So don't try becoming a robot. Don't be too harsh on yourself.
Hope that answers you, Mukul. Swapna is asking, what does success mean to you? Does the definition change with time?
Great question. Yes, it does change with time. As you evolve, your definition of success evolves. As your horizon expands, or you go more inwards, your definition changes. Maybe in the 20s, the definition of success is, I want to live in San Francisco, California with a 6-bedroom house, driving a Ferrari. Maybe in the 40s, it's I want to be healthy and happy and peaceful and spend quality time with my family. So to me, it means inner peace. Success to me is inner peace.
Smiling right there. So yeah, she's got her answer right there. So thank you for that. There was yet another question right up on the chat, which Priyanka says, my personal problem is I can't go home this time, but I'm working in office. We have curfew. I have a lot of work. 1 second. Is that a question? Okay. Curfew. I have a lot of work in myself, but I can't do sometimes very lazy, can't do everything. I'm from Sri Lanka. I think she's trying to understand that, how to self-motivate or push oneself, that karna hi hai, on the lazy days.
Well, Sri Lanka is such a beautiful place with so many beautiful beaches. So I understand must be very difficult to do. But jokes apart, you can't do everything on a given day. Just do the most important things and just be comfortable with the fact. Don't be harsh on yourself. You can't do everything. The to-do list will even be there even after you die. So you can't do everything. Learn to prioritize. You walk in, you take a look at your list, find out what is the most important thing. Even if it's 2 or 3 things, aaj ye kar liya, and that's great. And not everything will be done. Let us take this one, Mahmood Taimur. Success is having material things, branded clothes? No, definitely not. Definitely not. There is so much evidence of people with all sort of material wealth and yet people committing suicide or self-harming themselves, which is a testimony that success is much more than that. So if अगर पैसे से ही हर एक मुसीबत हल हो जाती मोहम्मद, तो जो अमीर लोगों को कभी प्रॉब्लम ही ना आती. While statistics say there's more depression, there's more mental health issues, more psychological issues, the more wealthier you get, there are more issues. So there is no correlation there.
True. And how can we handle every situation smoothly, Aditya Gupta?
You're not meant to handle every situation smoothly. How will you learn? You're not God. Even God cannot handle every situation smoothly.
I think it's better to stop taking so much pressure and just do the immediate
Absolutely.
next right thing. Go step
Absolutely.
by step.
Be easy about this. Be easy about the life experience. You did not come here to prove something to anybody. You came here to have fun. Go back to your childhood, and you came here to have fun, to have joy. Be open. Don't let your ego come in everything, and enjoy the journey. Have fun. Bring a smile on somebody else's face. And take it easy, right? Things will happen. Things have already been happening. Whose life is not better today than it was 5 years ago or 10 years ago? We've all made wonderful progress. So be easy about this, right? Just do the best you can every single day. Thanks, Alok.
Thank you. Yeah, people
Thank
are
you, sir.
already starting to
All right.
thank.
Take care. Yeah. So we will also.
Thank you so very much, Simarjeet. It was
Pleasure.
really a well spent Saturday, and we are very thankful to you to be here with us. But before we leave, I have a dear friend who has launched his company InsurePay just yesterday, and there is just like a few sentences that I would want him to tell us quickly about it before we just close down. Anindya Chowdhury, are you there? Let us just hear it from you. And let me congratulate you, first of all, for this wonderful initiative that you guys have taken. Sanjay Teli is one of our, he's a very integral part of our group, and he gives a lot of business to everyone. So today he's here with us. Anindya or Sanjay, whoever might like to take up and quickly introduce us before we just leave.
I think Anindya can start. KK is not joined, right? Because he's busy with TOI and other things which has come up because of the event going on. So KK, I think Anindya can start, please.
Anindya, cannot hear you, sorry.
I think maybe on a mute.
What a lovely day for you to have launched it when Simarjeet is here with us.
Absolutely, it's a delight.
Anindya, but we still can't hear you. You'll have to maybe plug in the audio.
Jay, I'm sorry, I had to be somewhere, so can I excuse myself?
Okay, sure. Thank you so much, Simarjeet,
Yeah.
for joining us
All right.
today. Yes.
Great. God bless you, everybody. Thank you for joining in, and thank you for the active engagement. You take care.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. And we'll catch
All
up. Thank you. Thank you for the extended time you gave us. Thank you.
No problem. Take care. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank
So
you
that
so
is
much.
Sanjay for you, everybody, and Anindya.
Yeah, I think we can hear Anindya now a little bit.
Okay. Nisha, let's have the next slide for InsurePay. I have already logged in and my policies are registered. So I'm enjoying this
Fantastic.
9,100.
Thank you very much. So nice of you. Everybody, please do it. And Anindya, please start on especially the entire IPL initiative. And insurance may launch few months back. This is PWO model which has been launched just 3-4 days back, and it's a grand success.
Has to be. I'm more interested with the 9,100.
Now these are all efforts of Anindya. In fact, he's one of the he is instrumental in getting even at almost close to 22,000 vendors.
Sure.
I think Anindya, is he connected? Because we cannot hear him.
Yeah, he's connected. I can see him, but I don't know why his voice is not reaching us.
Maybe on a mute or something like that. Just check.
I can see him. He's smiling. He's talking, but his voice is mute.
So we need to tell him that. I think.
Anindya, no, he can hear us. Anindya, can you please make yourself audible, please? Can't hear you still. So sorry. Do you have your thing connected to the voice of your laptop, or if there is some speaker, then you need to have a. Okay. We can't hear you. Can you speak again? No, I'm sorry, we cannot hear you. We can see you, but we cannot hear you. Sanjay, would you like to just say something so that at least people who are waiting to know about it can get something?
Yes, of course. See, InsurePays as an organization, as a startup, is gone way ahead as a brand. And thank you very much to the entire Power Up group. First of all, they've helped us. IPL is one of the best, event what we have just launched. It will be a perpetual property for us. And under this, probably everybody who registered will have, cash prizes. There will be a grand mega prize on 12th. So 7 to 12, what you need to do is you download your Interface League and onboard, your receipts, or rather, just pay your receipts of any insurance which is motor, health, or life. You will get points. You'll also get 9,100 as your coupons. These coupons can be used as additional benefit for whatever you're doing as a purchasing for these vendors. I think there are some 18 different categories been shortlisted. 12 more importantly, like clothes, then your grocery, other things. In fact, Anindya is in a helm of it. Very honestly, he will be the best person to talk about it. Day and nights are gone for last 70-60 days to accumulate this. Great efforts. Looking at it as a success. And everywhere InsurePays is just making an attempt to make it as a simple, your policy, whatever you pay today, you can see coming back in terms of returns by utilizing it on a daily basis. So it is mom pop shops. It is for every brand, and we are going everywhere, every corner of east, west, north, south.
Am I audible now?
Shop
Yes,
next to
you're
you.
audible, Anindya.
Oh,
Anindya,
thank
start.
you, thank you. Sorry,
I
Don't
really
worry.
sorry.
And apart from everything, Anindya got an amazing, sweet personality, the most handsome guy. So everybody must, I must tell you that. Lot of film offers he has rejected.
Nice.
Please,
That's cool.
take it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, Jaya, please. Sorry, you were not getting connected. Please tell me, Jaya.
Done.
No, we just wanted to hear about InsurePay, and Sanjay briefed us a little bit. If you like to add something to it, we'll be glad to hear.
So, first of all, thank you to Sanjay sir, because Sanjay sir is the main person behind all this, and it's all because of their guidance and leadership that we are actually running it up. So that's the most important message to Sanjay sir. And
course.
Coming back to InsurePay, I think this is one of a unique web platform in India right now, where we gratify each and every policy holder in India with value back points, which they can earn when they pay or upload their existing latest insurance premium policies.
Right.
So in India, if you see, just to give a little brief of the market, India is a $700 billion policy market, right? And in terms of the percentage which India covers in this amount is very, very, very negligible. So huge market opportunity is still there. And nobody has ever thought till date to gratify people when they take the pain to pay their premiums every year after year after year, just to secure their future. So just to give you a small example, we all pay our premium of the cars, right? And every year we pay it. And unless my car gets into an accident, I don't see any return of the premium. And we don't want our new car to get bang into an accident, right? So it's like a liability for all of us paying this amount year after year after year. So InsurePay is a platform which says, let us also assure you present by giving you 100% value back points of the entire policy amount, which you can use on the 25,000 plus online and offline brands. These are brands which are a part of your daily regime, from your groceries to your stationaries, to your clothing, to your travel. Everything is a part of this discounting structure, reward structure, which each and every individual uses it today. And they can redeem their entire value back points in these brands. And every money earned is what actually makes you a person, right? So now whatever money you save in this discounting is actually you earn. And at the end of 1 year, these points are valid for 365 days, right? So if you consume this entire 365 days, the points are consumed. Your policy is actually free to you. So this is what InsurePay is all about.
Super.
So coming back, we are running a very, very interesting and exciting campaign from today, which is InsurePay League. And we are getting from, I think we started 7 o'clock in the morning. We have already crossed 50,000 customers.
Wow.
Yes. And it's been just pouring in. And we see a very, very great and grand success on the first day of the event. So I would request all of you to please join us, grab that 9,100 rupees, which is there for you, and get back to shopping.
Absolutely. Superb. It's a great initiative. The first time I heard about it, I was like, yes, I'm going to try. And the league that, the InsurePay league, I entered my policy. One of our members, Vishesh, he helped me because he's the one who handles my policies. And we just got going, and now I'm waiting for the rewards. So thank you so much for this initiative. Thank you, Sanjay, for introducing this to us.
I just want to add something because, we are missing our dear KK here. In fact, KK is the ideation person, innovation, thinking, all these ideas like IPL, and keep on seeing some another, 15, 20 ideas keep on coming in the whole year. KK's background is, he's IIM, and then he's done his ISB, he's done 17 national records, he's done one Guinness Book of World Record in the insurance, so domain expert, amazing energy, and, something where a purpose is, like Insure Pays, where every person should earn back, and it should, they should get a feeling of fulfillment and happiness. And that is, we are just well-wishers, supporters, and one energy at top which drives everything. And we are completely supporting, KK's this initiative. And, people like Anidya, in fact, let me tell you, his day starts at 7 and ends at 12 o'clock. And see the energy, and, just imagine the kind of dedication, commitment, and the excellence. It's not a joke to convince a vendor and get him on board. And believe me, 22,000 is a huge number. Some other company might take 3.5 years. This gentleman has taken 3 months, 3 to 4 months. That's a kind of tenacity, and and this is a amazing team. And believe me, people like you and friends like you supported us like anything. And I know the network you individually have. Just get into the network, drive it, and this event will be over by 12. I think Anita, you can also talk about what cash prizes and other thing, because people may have an idea what is happening on a daily basis on IPL. I think that's one thing
so-
which
Yeah. Yes, sir. So Jaya, every day a lot of people are coming and participating in this event. They are registering and they're getting 9,100 rupees. So and we also have a contest running where the maximum points redeemed by any individual in a daily basis, we are giving them 51,000 rupee of cash prize.
Wow.
everyday
So the
basis,
top-
right?
Yes, the top redemption customer gets 51,000 rupees of cash prizes every day. And on
Yeah.
12th, over the next 6 days, whoever makes the maximum redemption over the next 6 days, he is eligible for a grand prize of 100,000 rupees cash or gold, whichever is there on the 12th of November 2020. The second person gets 51,000 rupee cash and the third person gets 25,000 rupee cash. So there is everything before Diwali is the best time.
Great. Great, amazing. Thanks for sharing. And people, please take advantage of this 51,000 being given every day. We will be putting this up on the recording. You can share it with your friends and relatives who can benefit from it. And I think we are going to be ardent choosers for Insure Pay and grab this opportunity immediately. So thank you for
Jaya,
sharing this.
I want to just add something, Jaya, just before signing off. So I think this is something which is a very, very noble and a social cause which is done by us. So every individual who has a active or a genuine policy in terms of life, in terms of general, in terms of motor, we would request and we would encourage him to please come and upload their receipts on our platform. Enjoy this entire journey. Feel yourself what gratification feels like, which you have not seen over such a long time. People must be paying policies for the last 20 years and they've never seen something like this. So I would request everyone to just come.
Sorry, Anita. Health, life, and motor. Any receipt of this. Are you clear? Because people will say just a receipt of this policy you upload in simple
Health,
words.
life, and motor.
Yeah,
Yes.
all three. Anything.
Any-
Because people get confused what to do with which receipt and all that thing. Only life insurance, because these queries are coming. So just life, health, and motor. Any policy receipt, paid receipt. Are you clear? It's not like, oh, I haven't paid, what to do now? I'm going to pay future. Aapka kabhi bhi last year ka bhi chalega. I think this year latest chalega. Or abhi, Anita, is it okay if they pay 9 months back, 10 months back? All
Yeah,
welcome,
so
right?
It is the last paid receipt. It can be a 10-month-old as well, but it has to be an active policy, and the receipt has to be the latest paid receipt.
Can they pay last year? Is it
Yes,
possible?
they
Because
can pay. They can pay.
lovely. This is the
latest paid
yeah.
receipt.
Fantastic. Jaya, clear, no? Because this communication has to be clear, because people get confused when they actually get into which receipt.
Correct.
Yeah, because abhi ka latest bharne ke baad hi, so that clarity is important, because this communication is important. But
So I also want to add, Jaya, something is this is the brainchild of KK,
yes,
and I think he's an amazing entrepreneur today India has, and we
Yeah.
are very grateful and awesome to work with him as a team member. Superb guy, exciting guy, and every time, and the most innovation, I think every day something new is coming up. So
He messaged me half an hour back that he will not be able to be there because I think the Economic Times people wanted him to connect.
yes.
So I said, don't worry.
So my only thing is, please watch out for us.
Definitely. Iona is raising her hand. Iona, you want to say something? Okay, she left it. Okay.
So any questions,
Ask
Jayam?
Nietzsche.
Any
I think she had a
questions?
question which you must have answered already.
Okay.
So yes, I think pretty much we have, but if there is a way to connect people, you can post in your questions to us and we will reach out to the InsurePay team and get all your answers to you. And yes, let's stay connected and thank you.
For next
Sign
6
off,
days, it's insurepaysleague.com. Everyone, insurepaysleague.com.
InsurePaysLeague.com. So it's INSUREPAYSLEAGUE.com.
That's the website for next 6 days for all of you. Everyone,
All
welcome. Please come, register, and grab your awards.
All right. Great.
Yeah, thank you. Anida, thank you very much. All
Thank
the
you,
best.
sir.
Take care. God bless.
Thank
Great.
you.
Thank you. See you all soon. Bye-bye.
Thank
Take
you.
care. Have a great weekend, people. Thank you so much for joining in. It was great because you were all in. Thank you so much. See you soon.
Thank you, ma'am.